Welcome back to another video in Ken's Greek Odyssey. Sit back and relax. And here we go. Chapter 7, Going It Alone. So into our second week, me and Jason decided to do our own thing, rather than be tied to the girls and friends we had met. But of course, we would see them around. I felt a bit sad really, but we wanted to do our thing, I guess, and see where it took us. So the days and nights passed till one evening we had arranged before the holiday to have a cocktail night. And in reality, get blind drunk. So we get to our usual early bar and stand at the bar reading the cocktail menu. When a lady stands in between us and asks the barmaid for 2 screaming orgasms. I bet you know what's coming next. Pardon the pun. In unison, we both made orgasmic noises, whatever they sounded like. And after a second of oops, the lady breaks down laughing, as does the barmaid. Very cheesy, but she thought it was great. And on that, we were invited to sit with her and her friend. We nailed it. It was like a scene from Top Gun and Maverick and Goose. Anyway, we went for the Long Island iced tea, easy for me to say. It had vodka, tequila, rum, gin, and a few fruity bits in. Bloody lovely, and it just tasted like fresh orange cum lilt. As I was about to find out in due course, this lilt flavoured cocktail would not end well. So there we were, drinking a Long Island iced tea amongst very pretty company. It was so nice we decided to have another one. We must have been doing something right, as the 2 ladies had 2 more as well. Result, we thought. We all finished them and the ladies were going to grab food. So we said bye and decided to have a 3rd iced tea. They were going down far too quick. We moved on to a 4th. Jason could not finish this, so I did for him. Eyes bigger than my belly. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Go on then, I'll have 1 more. At this point, the barmaid was, "Are you sure?" She generally was concerned, I think, as in her words, no one had had that many iced teas. Anyway, eyes bigger than my belly, as I say, I got stuck into another one. Eventually I finished it and we were ready to move on. At this point, I got up and we moved to walk outside the bar. And boom, that was it. Apparently I just fell on Jason, I was told, because I couldn't remember. So it was the old fresh air job, hit me, and Billy baseball bat smacked me around the head. But that was just the start of a blind stug, a blind drunk and staggering Ken for the night. So there I was, blind drunk, staggering down Sidari Main Street, not a clue what's going on. The majority of the following is other people's words on my actions. We got to the smaller disco, and while Jason was chatting to one of the bouncers, I was in the middle of the road. Remember, there wasn't many pavements around at that time, and that was my excuse. And all of a sudden, one of the tour buses came screaming through the village, and apparently 1 minute I was there, then after the bus I wasn't. The bouncer said, "Your mate, where is he?" thinking the bus might have hit me. I had staggered back and fell over a small wall and it ended up on my back like a tortoise with my arms and legs in the air, laughing my head off, so no real harm done. At this point, Jason decides it's time to get me back to the digs. I do remember walking back to a point, you know, the 1 foot in front of the other, but in reality, it's 1 forward, 2 back. We got to the junction and Jason decides he wants a takeaway. So off he goes and leaves me to walk the last 5 minutes home. Do not ask me how I got back to the room, up the stairs, and how the hell I got the key in the door. And you remember them doors back in the days, you used to turn the key 3 or 4 times. I will never know how I did it. So there I was, back in the apartment, sat on the bed, when the door opens and the light goes on. I will never forget those words from Jason. That kebab was lovely. Well, I practically crawled to the toilet and bathroom, and what can only be described as carnage followed. Next thing I remember was waking up at about 5 a.m. and I was buzzing. I woke Jason up and said, "Are we going back out?" But he just said, "Go back to sleep." Next thing I know, Jason is waking me up a few hours later. At this point, the hangover had really kicked in. Taking the head off the pillow hurt. "You need to sort the bathroom out," he said. I thought, what is he talking about? So I got up, staggered to the bathroom to be greeted to all kind of bodily fluids, up the walls, on the floor, and everywhere. You get the picture without going into detail. This was the first time I had ever gone beyond drunk, and boy did I know it. Rough does not come close, but hey, we've all been there, and it's part of the growing up process. So I hope you enjoyed that chapter. The next chapter will be chapter 8. Yes, we're on to chapter 8. The morning after the night before. But on that, guys, thank you once again for watching and supporting the channel. Stay safe and look after those around you. And until the next video.